story of the amp is that it started its life as a dedicated surf shape that I was doing with one of our surf partners. And it was pretty much the board that I just traveled around with the whole year, surf it and kite it constantly. So we started working on the amp 2, and the idea really was to evolve that and kind of build a board that still had that versatility and was really aimed at somebody who was doing the same thing, as looking for something that was extremely versatile, going from, say, European conditions to somewhere where there's good solid surf, and having a board that was, for me, more versatile than something which has a big square nose and tail and is very good in certain conditions. So we really try to push the board a bit further forward there. If you have a look at the shape, you can actually see, in terms of the outline, you'll see it runs a pretty full nose. There's also evident in the volume. There's a fair amount of volume up front. And then the thing is that we run the board down into a pretty performance tail section. So you've got remnants of a fish in the front, and then a lot of more performance features. If you have a look at the bottom shape and the rocker line, what you'll see is that you're running into a pretty flat rocker line. So that really gives the board the speed. And then looking at the outline, there's a fair amount of curve in the outline. You're going from a pretty wide point to a relatively narrow tail, and that curve is what gives the board the maneuverability and the looseness. Then as you go towards the bottom shape, you'll also notice that there's a channel section running next to the fin sets, and that puts a bit more rocker in the tail. So if you really need to snap off the top, you're getting a bit more rocker while still keeping a very fast and flat rail. Looking at the rail shape, again, we're running a relatively full rail up front, again accommodating the volume, and then going to pretty fine rails in the tail. The board also gets really fun when you get to the 5.6 and the 5.4 sizes, where you get towards something that's much more of a dedicated kite board, and it's got all the throw around factor of that short shape, and it still carries a bit of volume, so it's amazingly versatile. You'd be surprised how the board will carry for its size. So it's a really fun package. In terms of construction, the AM2 is available in the custom epoxy, in the reflex bamboo, and in the reflex carbon and negro. So looking at the reflex bamboo construction, we really did a lot of work on this construction to come up with a board that combined lightweight and durability. So this is the intermediate weight within our constructions. So if the top deck is one of the key areas of focus, the first thing you'll notice is that the reflex bamboo doesn't have your classic foot strap inserts, and that is because it's compatible with our new glue-on insert pad, and we'll discuss that in a separate section. So going into the key details of the construction, the first thing that you'll notice is the bamboo orientation on the top deck. We use the bamboo sandwich on the top deck to strengthen the whole deck area. So if you compare it, say, to the custom epoxy, we've removed the wooden stringer, and we've used that material as a wood layer on the top deck, as a bamboo layer on the top deck. The second really cool thing that we've done on that is you'll see that the orientation of the bamboo has been optimized. So in the nose area you have 90-degree bamboo. As you get to the center section, you'll have a 45 degrees, so there's an intermediate amount of flex in the section. And then as you go to the tail, we have a longitudinal bamboo orientation. So that means the tail section is the highest amount of flex. So you really have got this progressive flex running all the way through the top deck. That's a really exciting breakthrough for us. Having a look at the rails, then the rails are a full UD flax running around the full perimeter. So what you get from that is the additional strengthening of the rail section. And then going to the bottom deck, we run a full UD bamboo section through the center section of the board to stiffen up the center as much as possible. The board is a full eco-board construction, and when you look at the board, you'll see we've done as many things as possible to limit the amount of paint or screening, really give you something that's designed to be as durable as possible and deal with a lot of wear, for something that you can have lying around for a long time, really.